Good morning or good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to English Through Popular Culture. I am Wu Xianfeng, Jason Grenier. I am your instructor. This is our lecture on the song Into the Great Wide Open by the late, great Tom Petty. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, amongst other things, headman of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, a musical hero of mine. I have placed a version of this file on e-learning for you for your convenience, so you don't really need to take notes on the vocabulary part. Anyway, you may want to add notes as we go through this discussion in class, okay? But there is a PPT with the song lyrics and the vocabulary definitions that you need to know on the e-learning platform for you. Now, I would love to play this song for you and record it as part of the lecture, but I cannot, because if I include this song, the YouTube algorithm flags the video and doesn't let you see it. Okay, so I cannot put copyrighted songs, recordings of those songs in these videos. So it's up to you to go online, okay? Use YouTube, use whatever it is that you use, okay? And you can just find a version of Into the Great Wide Open by Tom Petty. The lyrics are also available online, okay? And you can listen to the song for yourself and read the lyrics along with it. All right? Again, I am unable to provide you with a recording of the song for copyright reasons, okay? So you need to listen to the song yourself, and I recommend that you do that because it's a great song. That's the reason I chose it. It's a great song. Let's go through some of the things I want to talk about here today. All right, we'll go down here. First of all, I will just quickly introduce Tom Petty. Tom Petty passed away a few years ago, 2017. He died. He gave it all for rock and roll. He died about a week after his final tour, which I was fortunate enough to see 2 shows on that tour. Bucket list for me to see Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Anyway, he was born in 1950, as you can see here, in Gainesville, Florida. Died, as I said, in 2017, and he's most famous for fronting the band Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and also released a lot of music as a solo artist, hugely successful. As I said, he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, just an absolute legend of rock and roll music, yeah? So instead of me playing the music for you, because I can't, all right, I'll just go through it. I will read it to you as if it were a poem, perhaps. So this is Into the Great Wide Open by Tom Petty. Eddie waited till he finished high school. He went to Hollywood, got a tattoo. He met a girl out there with a tattoo too. The future was wide open. They moved into a place they both could afford. He found a nightclub. He could work at the door. She had a guitar. She taught him some chords. The sky was the limit. Into the great wide open, under them skies of blue. Out in the great wide open, a rebel without a clue. The papers said Ed always played from the heart. He got an agent and a roadie named Bart. They made a record and it went in the charts. The sky was the limit. His leather jacket had chains that would jingle. They both met movie stars, partied and mingled. Their A&R man said, I don't hear a single. The future was wide open. Into the great wide open, under them skies of blue. Out in the great wide open, a rebel without a clue. The effect is not the same. Me reading it is not the same effect you get when Tom Petty sings this song to you. See, you gotta listen to this online. It's just a great song. He's got such an unmistakable, unique voice, and his delivery is just killer. The guy's just, he lived and breathed rock and roll, you know? So please do listen to it online, okay? Let's look at some vocabulary here. There's a number of words that we can consider. The first one is a verb. The verb is afford. Afford means you have enough money to pay for something. Like the example sentence shows, the best that I could afford was a small windowless room, suggesting I don't have a lot of money. Next, nightclub. I'm sure a lot of you already know what a nightclub is. This is an establishment for nighttime entertainment, typically serving alcoholic drinks with music, dancing, etc. Like the example sentence says, Hualien does not appear to have any decent nightclubs. You can discover that fact for yourself during your time at National Donghua University. Next, chords. This is a 和弦, right? In music, a chord, a group of notes that ring together in harmony. Okay, guitarists learn to play chords, pianists learn to play chords. Right, next one. It's a noun, rebel. A rebel is a person who resists or defies rules or norms or rises up against the powers that be. Okay, someone who doesn't follow the rules, wants to do her own thing or his own thing, their own thing. Right? It can mean someone who's trying to overthrow a government, right? If there's a civil war, for example, or an insurgency, rebels are revolutionaries. But usually we just use rebels in daily conversation to mean people who don't want to follow the rules, people who are different. Like the example sentence, she's always been a rebel, never listened to her parents or teachers when she was growing up. Maybe you are a rebel. Maybe you wish you were a rebel, but you're a conformist. Anyway, that's what rebel means. The verb, of course, is rebel, right? She's a rebel. She has always rebelled against authority. The pronunciation changes for the verb. Rebel is the verb. Rebel is the noun. Next, we have an agent. An agent is someone who acts on behalf of another person or on behalf of a group. And in this song, Into the Great Wide Open, we're talking about a music agent. Okay, so a music agent, his or her job is to approach promoters about shows and negotiate contracts for performances and make sure that tours and shows run smoothly. Okay, entertainment business, a lot of entertainers, once they become professional, reach a certain level, they need an agent to help look after the business side of their career. That's what agents do, music agents. Next, another career associated with music, roadie. A roadie is a person who helps a band, okay? They work for a band or musicians, they set up and take care of the equipment, load and unload amplifiers, guitars, drums, microphones, all that stuff. Carry the equipment, take care of it, set it up, tear it down, okay? That's what a roadie does. Maybe it's a career you dream of. Next, we have a verb, jingle. Jingle is a light ringing sound when metal objects are shaken together, like sleigh bells, Santa's sleigh bells, jingle bells. That's what the song is about. Your keys in your pocket, your 零钱, your change when you're running. If you got a pocket full of coins, that's a jingling sound. Next, we have the charts. The charts, this is a plural noun. Charts refers to the music rankings, okay, where songs or albums are ranked according to their popularity during a given time period. You have all heard of this, the top 30, top 40, top 100, whatever, like that. We call those the charts, okay? So we have expressions, as you see below the example sentence, like make the charts. Their single made the charts. Top the charts. The band topped the charts for 3 months in 1982, for example, or disappear from the charts. You know, they had an album, but it disappeared from the charts after the scandal involving the lead singer, for example. Okay, so that's what the charts mean. Next, we have another verb, mingle. Mingle means that people spend time with others in social situations, talking, chatting, okay, like at a party. Most people at a party don't sit by themselves, right? They will walk around, talk to different people, chat, make small talk, whatever. So the example sentence says, with his social anxiety, the very idea of going to a party and mingling with strangers terrified him. Maybe some people can relate to that. Parties are not everybody's thing. Mingling is not everybody's thing. All right, that's what it means. Next, A&R. A&R is an abbreviation. It stands for artists and repertoire. Okay, artist is easy to understand. Repertoire means your body of work, 歌曲, right? All the songs that you write. So A&R means the division of a record label that's responsible for scouting talent, finding new artists, new stars, as well as helping those artists to develop commercially, selling records, artistically, creating music. A&R is responsible for all this. Okay, so we have an example sentence here. She landed a job in the A&R department of a huge K-pop record label. All right, that's what A&R means. Next, we've got some idioms that appear in this song. One of the reasons I like this song is there's quite a few idioms that are cool, and we use these day to day. First one we've got here, a phrasal adjective, wide open. If something is wide open, it means it has virtually no limits or restrictions, or it can mean that it's undetermined, it's undecided. Look at the example sentence. With all teams in the division playing well, the championship race was still wide open at the end of the regular season. It means fans had no idea which team was going to win. right? And if all teams had a chance. So something is wide open. There's no limits or restrictions on that. A lot of possibilities. Next one, the sky is the limit, or the sky was the limit, as we hear in the song. This idiom is used to say that there are no limits, and that, again, that anything is possible to achieve. All right? There's no ceiling holding you back, all right? We also use it to mean that no price is too high, if we're talking about prices, and that's the kind of example sentence I wrote here. There's no telling when house prices will level off, or if they ever will. With the real estate market booming, the sky's the limit. It means there's no limit on how much you can sell a house for. What will happen to house prices? They could keep going up and up and up and never stop going up. So it has both those meanings. No price is too high, or there's no limit on what is possible. Sky's the limit. Next, without a clue. If we say that someone doesn't have a clue, it means that they lack even a basic grasp or a basic understanding of something. They have no idea. They're hopelessly confused or ignorant about something. We'll look at the example sentence again. Our study found the average citizen didn't have a clue about the workings and budget of the local government. In other words, the average citizen has no idea, totally ignorant about how local government works and how they spend money, which is often true, I think. Okay, so that's what it means to not have a clue or to be without a clue. Next, we have the expression from the heart. I think some of you have probably heard this one before. If something is done from the heart, it means it is genuine, sincere, it is real. All right, we'll look at the example sentence. His newspaper articles are always written straight from the heart, and he isn't afraid to question those in power. Okay, so he writes what he really, truly, sincerely believes. So you can speak from the heart. You could create art straight from the heart. We use this with different activities to mean that you're genuine and sincere when you do it. Often with speaking or writing. Okay, so that's what it means to do something from the heart. Okay, that's it for the vocabulary. So I would suggest you spend a little bit of time studying that vocabulary, thinking about how to use it. All right. Depending on whether we're meeting in class or online, some of this vocabulary could be on your test, your midterm test. So I would suggest you study this vocabulary and make sure you understand how to use it, and will be able to recognize it if you see it. I'm going to stop this video here because I want to keep the videos short, so I will continue this lecture in the part 2 video. This is the end of the part 1 video.